Hi everyone, my name is Emerald Song and welcome to House Hunted. This is the second game in the Uncanny Valley series. The first one, of course, was John Doe. So the first one was really good. So I'm excited to play this one. So let's get started. Ugh, what a long bus ride. Okay. Is that it? Just a long bus ride? Oh, but I'm glad I'm finally here. You look around yourself, taking in the surroundings, breathing in the nauseating aroma of bus exhaust and oil. Well, there's obviously not much to look at here at the Grey Horse bus station. I'm sure the rest of the city is beautiful, just like the brochure said. Hopefully the apartment complex was honest about having my new place ready for move-in. Quickly grabbing your modest baggage from the back claim, you straighten your clothes and walk towards the nearest visitor center. There's a cafe nearby. I am starving right now, and it'd be a nice pick-me-up. I also kind of want to see the city. I could just wander around a bit. I'm also pretty tired. Maybe I should just head to my apartment. If I've been traveling, I'd want to go straight to my apartment, so head to the apartments. Oh, especially 6 hours. I'm so beat from the 6-hour bus drive. I should just head to the apartments and order a pizza or something. The classic move-in food. These are nice apartments. Look better than the apartments I first lived in. As you approach your new apartment complex, you feel warm in your heart and can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much needed change in your life. You take a deep breath, taking in the cool, clean air of the valley, and step forward to find your apartment number. Ah, here it is. This is so exciting. I've been wanting my own apartment for a while. You go to turn the handle. Huh? The door doesn't budge as you twist the handle. You try again. It's locked. What the heck? They said the door would be unlocked when I got here. I should give them a call. Oh, hello. But before you can pull out your phone, a very tall older gentleman stands directly in front of you, towering over you and staring directly into your eyes. Hello? Can I help you, sir? He stares a moment longer before adjusting his blood-red blazer, flashing his shockingly white teeth at you. It's a smile that makes you a little nauseous, but you're not sure why. You're new in town, lost and wondering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talks surprises you. His voice was so smooth, as if he's given the same speech a million times. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mason Tallow. Tallow? Probably Tallow. Tallow, #1 Realtor in all of Uncanny Valley. I can help you find your dream home today. He quickly snatches a business card from his breast pocket, only for another identical business card to pop up to take its place. He offers it out to you, his hand coming uncomfortably close to your face, making you flinch back a bit before taking it from him. Give me a call and we can set you up in a new house today. Guaranteed. Oh, thank you, but I already have an apartment set up to move in. I'm just having a little issue today is all. That's quite all right. I'm sure you'll be giving me a call. I am the #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley, after all. I have never had a disappointed buyer. You'll love the house I've found just for you. I'll be waiting. The strange realtor walks away before you can get a chance to argue, his long legs carrying him faster than you expected. What an odd man. Well, no harm holding onto his card if the apartment falls through. You quickly pocket the card and pull out your cell phone. Hello, Uncanny Valley apartment hunters. How may I help you? Hello? I was supposed to move in today, but my apartment is locked. You can hear paper shuffling to the other side of the line, followed by what you can only describe as the roars of an animal you can't place. Uh, yes, we had a little issue with your apartment, and it won't be ready until tomorrow. Our apologies. Oh no, what am I gonna do now? What could the issue possibly be? Maybe you could pry more for a better explanation, but you also don't want to be rude. Well, I would want to know what's wrong. Like, do I need to go get a hotel, or should I really call the guy? I'd want to know. What do you mean something's happened? I don't really have anywhere else to go. You hear the clicking of what sounds like a typewriter for a few moments and a loud, annoyed sigh. We've been having some issues. You wait for an elaboration, but you're met with a long, awkward silence instead. Yeah, what are the issues? More typing and paper tearing? Is that a blender? Your apartment will be ready tomorrow. Do you need anything else? You sighed, defeated, and looked around. There's nothing much to do in this situation besides look for a hotel. No, that's it. Thank you. Please call me as soon as my apartment is ready. Of course. Good day. With that, they hung up and left you standing in front of the building you should have already been in by now. Shoot. Now what? You shove your hands in your pocket absent-mindedly and feel the hard piece of paper crunch against your fist. You pull the paper out of your pocket and suddenly remember Mason. Yeah, right. I was lucky to afford this apartment. I can't buy a house right now. Still, it wouldn't hurt to call and see what's available. Let's look for a hotel first. You decide it's probably a better idea to find a reasonably priced hotel than to waste your time with realtors. You find yourself in what seems to be the heart of the city. The many buildings and stores almost feel as if they're closing in around you. Alright, hotel. Downtown areas usually have hotels, right? Lost, lonely. You didn't call me, you. Whoa, Mason? Were you following me? How silly. No, my dear buyer. I am simply that good #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley, after all. I'm very sure you remember this, right? You clearly need a place to go, and I have the perfect house just waiting for you to be inside it. Weird. How do you know my name? He just stared at you, clearly refusing to answer. Listen, I'm just looking for a hotel. Hotel? You make sure to really announce the word hotel to him as if he didn't understand. You really wanted to get this seller off your back. A hotel? The tall gentleman seems to be struggling with processing what you told him. Something was even creepier when he frowned than when he smiled, which was shocking. Oh, my dear poor buyer. You were so confused and lost, I see. He was not listening. Listen, just come with me. Take a look around this lovely 3-bedroom home with me. If you don't absolutely fall in love with it, I will personally pay for your hotel stay while I search for a house that suits your specific needs. You didn't like how his last sentence was almost a prayer. But if he was being honest about paying for the hotel, what did you have to lose? You could just humor him for an hour and tell him no when he's done with his little speech. All right, Mason. You wore me down. I'll come look at this house you found for me. Perfect, perfect. I can assure you, you will love this two-garage domicile that is just starving to meet you. You were about to question his choice of words when you were abruptly cut off from the sensation of a long, bony hand wrapping around your forearm, almost dragging you along with him as he headed towards God knows where. Maybe you had made a mistake. It felt like you'd been walking for an hour in awkward silence, struggling to keep up with the strange realtor's long and fast strides, when he finally stopped abruptly, forcing you to bump roughly into his back. He didn't budge at all from the force of your weight against his back. You jumped back, trying to hide the red of your cheeks from your embarrassment. Sorry. You look over at the huge house before you, the for sale sign glaringly obvious on the curve. This is the house? Oh, do you see something you like after all? I'm not surprised. This house is in very good condition. You don't think I can seriously afford this place, right? This place is huge. Quite the flatterer, I see. I assure you, the price is very reasonable, and I'm willing to haggle greatly. The seller is simply looking to sell fast. You look back at the house. Something had to be up with this. It was sounding more and more fishy the more this realtor talked it up. Okay, what's the catch then? Catch? Yeah, come on, man. Why is the seller trying to get rid of this beautiful house? Did someone die in it or something? Of course not. His pause worried you greatly, but you were pretty sure you read somewhere that realtors had to disclose that information to you or something, right? Simply come inside and take a look around. No strings attached. You'll love when you see the insides. You won't be able to walk away from a deal like this, dear buyer. Something definitely felt wrong about all of this, but you were already here. Let's leave. You just can't shake your nervous feeling and decide it would be better to get out of here. You're sure he'll understand you weren't planning to buy it anyway. Listen, Mr. Tallow, I think I'm going to have to drop out of the walkthrough. I don't want to lead you on a sale after all. I'm sure you'll find someone who will love this place. Well, he didn't look happy. Yeah, so I'm going to go now. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I'll hold onto your card, so I will call you when I'm ready to buy. I appreciate your time. Mason just stares at you for a few minutes before walking backwards towards the house, stepping carefully down the concrete path and through the door, his head peeking out for a few moments to sadly plead to you before disappearing. You could have sworn you heard a low, rumbling growl emitting from the house before you left. It felt like hours before you finally made your way back into the city. You were so tired, you had to find a hotel as soon as possible. You jumped at the sound of your phone ringing suddenly in your pocket and quickly answered it, fumbling with the touch screen. Hello, you. Yes, that's me. How can I help you? Yes, we solved that little issue we were having, so if you'd like to go ahead and go to the apartment, it's all ready for you. Oh my gosh, really? That's great news. Thank you. I'll head right there. We look forward to your business, and remember, Uncanny Valley Apartment Company is dedicated to finding the perfect home for you. Our realtor-free guarantee since 1992. Click. You didn't have time to think about their odd tagline. You were just happy you could finally go home and rest your weary head and lay off your poor sore feet. You were just excited to get home. You rushed through the streets of the city. Hey, it's John Doe. You couldn't wait to get to sleep. It's been one long day. And that's how we meet John Doe. You lived! Doe-eyed. Hey! Lived through the first one. Awesome. Alright. Now, did we ever save? No, we did not. Okay. So let's go back and I will be back when there is a new choice. Okay, here is a new choice. Instead of going straight to the apartments, we are going to wander aimlessly this time. I think it'd be fun to get the lay of the land today. Just a little walk around the area to see what's around and all. After wandering for a good hour, you find yourself at what looks to be a business district. You're shocked to see such a tall skyscraper in such a small city. You find a comfortable bench to rest and drink some water, watching the businessmen scurry past you on the sidewalk. They all look pretty similar to one another. You notice one of them looks more out of place than the others. Instead of the hyper-focused gaze that marks the others' faces, he looks sad. You wonder about him for a moment. When suddenly a very tall older gentleman stands directly in front of you, towering over you and staring directly into your eyes. Hello, can I help you, sir? He stares at you for a moment. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything different. I'll come back if there's anything different. Okay, I should tell you, I already have an apartment lined up, so I don't think I'm in a place to be buying a whole house. That's quite alright. I'm sure you'll be giving me a call. I am the #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley, after all. I've never had a disappointed buyer. You'll love the house I found just for you. I'll be waiting. The strange realtor walked away before you can get a chance to argue his long legs, okay? Let's see. You decide to sit on the bench for a little while longer. You notice that businessman you were contemplating is gone now. You sigh and push yourself off the bench and make your way to your new home. Oh. Okay. Let's see. We will give up. You sigh, but ultimately decide it's better to just be patient. You don't know what the company might be going through right now. Thank you. Please give me a call when my apartment is ready. Yes, of course. Have a good day, you. Okay, we will just straight up call Mason. Yeah, I don't see the harm in blowing some time looking at pretty houses I can never afford. At least it's something to do. No answer. So much for being the #1 realtor in Uncanny Valley. Ah! Hello, and thank you for your call. Are you ready to see your dream house today? Are you just waiting here for me to call you? How ridiculous. I am simply the best in the city, always waiting for a prospective buyer's call. I am always ready to show you to your brand new life. This guy was starting to worry you greatly, but he was already here. It'd be rude to ask him to leave. Let's just go with him. Yeah, I mean, there's no harm in going with him. He's just trying to do his job, right? He may be a bit pushy, but realtors are always like that. Alright, Mason, let's go look at this house. Oh, I knew you would choose the right answer, dear buyer. Let us go right there then. The house is simply dying to meet you. What? Before you could properly ask him why he phrased it so oddly, you feel him roughly grab you by the upper arm, dragging you with him down the street. Okay, let's go inside this time. Alright, let's go check it out then. Don't get your hopes up though, Mr. Tallow. Oh, I have no doubts that you'll be instantly attached when you see it. He roughly grabs your arm again, his sharp fingertips digging in roughly as you follow him up to the concrete walkway to the bright red door. How long have you been searching for a buyer for this place? You decide to ask to lighten up the mood a little. You notice Mason staring intently ahead to the door. His eyes look almost hungry as he ushers you through the door into the living room. Oh, well, this place is pretty nice. You look around at the stand-in furniture and run your fingers along the couch. Oh, it's warm? In fact, the whole place feels uncomfortably warm and humid. Hey, do you think we could turn on the AC or something? It's a bit hard in here. It's a little hard to focus. Do you absolutely love this house? It's a little early for that. I haven't even seen any of the other rooms. I don't feel very good. Can I sit down? Oh, by all means. Make yourself comfortable, dear buyer. You shakily stumble over to the couch, your hands helplessly grasping at the warm leather. You gasp surprise as Mason grabs you by the shoulders, guiding you to the middle of the couch and helping you sit down. You try to steady yourself, rubbing your head in an attempt to stop the sickening vertigo. Can we maybe crack a window or something? It's getting really hot. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know something that's a terrible shame, dear buyer? You glance up at the room still wobbling around you, making it more and more difficult to stay upright. What? Oh, wow. I was beginning to enjoy your company. It's not often I find such a responsive buyer, and it does become awfully benign simply eating everyone who comes over. Your eyes have difficulty processing the melting walls around you, becoming more and more organic and even meaty in texture as you start to notice a strange, sticky, sweet smell that you hadn't noticed a moment ago. Breathing it in makes you even more dizzy, and you slowly slump down into the warm, fleshy-like couch. Eat? Ah, yes, you're new in town. This must be very confusing for you, correct? Well, that's right, you don't need to talk. I will simply explain the situation. After all, I am Uncanny Valley's #1 realtor, and I've been doing this for a very long time, though it's been decades since I found someone so receptive, and the other folks here in the valley hate explaining anything. A very lucky chance you met me first. You could feel Mason crawl over onto the couch, his hands placed carefully next to your head as he leaned in close to speak in your ear. He felt extremely warm to the touch as his skin brushed against yours. You see, dear buyer, being the #1 realtor comes with its responsibilities. I'm not like the other realtors, you see. I take great care in what I do, unlike those who simply want a quick snack. It's become so hard here in the valley to find buyers. The other realtors have simply taken to snatching and running. Quite barbaric, wouldn't you agree? Mason gently cups your cheeks as he spoke. You were shocked he was being so kind. You could feel him nodding your head for you in agreement to what he was saying. No, my value isn't much higher. I find only the finest buyers to incorporate into something much greater than themselves. I can't just have any tenants to eat, now can I? I have my standards, and I will not stoop to such low behaviors. You weakly nod your head yourself with his help, not entirely comprehending what he's saying or talking about. His words sound further and farther away as your body grew heavier, and it felt as if you were sinking into the meat of the couch. I knew you would understand. I suppose since you were getting ever so close now, I could drop my own facade. It does get tired controlling this, I'll bet, quite handsome, cumbersome little lure. Ugh. You watch as Mason's eyes grew dimmer, and his body felt limp, still being held up by something, but his limbs no longer retaining their rigidity. Quite impressive, isn't it? With such an attractive lure, it's become quite easy to bring in such tasty, prospective buyers the old-fashioned way. I suppose it's just my luck to be so gorgeous naturally. It's clearly no wonder how I became the #1 realtor, right, dearest buyer? You blearily watch as Mason was yanked backwards and up towards the fleshy lamp on the ceiling. You notice the umbilical cord like rope protruding from his neck as he hung there limply. You wanted to scream, cry, or anything, but your body was totally paralyzed at this point, and all you could feel was the growing, burning sensation as something hot slowly seeped through your clothes and onto your skin. I truly wish I could make the digestion process slower than this. I truly do, dearest buyer. I would greatly enjoy some stimulating conversation. Alas, this is how it simply is, and always has been. I have not eaten in quite some time. Perhaps in another world, another time, we could have spent more time in each other's company. I'm sure you understand that one must eat, though, and I am truly grateful to you, dear buyer. Mason's voice was no longer coming from his limp, lifeless body, but instead sounded as if it was coming from the very walls around you. You could hear him sigh wistfully, and the walls looked as if they were breathing along with it. I will always think of you long after you become a part of me. You finally allow your heavy eyelids to close as you sunk deeper against the warm couch. You could feel the meaty fabric of the couch moving to cover you up like a soft blanket, almost tucking you in as you let yourself slip into a sleep you'll never wake from again. You died. Offer accepted. Alright, I'll be right back right after we go to that other choice and see what it says. Okay, we're gonna head to the cafe this time. Yeah, I think if I go any longer without eating something, I'll collapse. Coffee also sounds pretty great right now. You finally make your way to the nearest cafe. It's small and quaint, and you can hear the chatter of random patrons inside. You slowly step into the cafe, taking in the smooth, rich smell of brewing coffee and the sweet scent of the baked goods. It makes your stomach growl even louder and prompts you to rush up to the counter to place your order as quickly as you can. After placing your order and snatching up your dinner for the day, you scurry over to the furthest table away and from anyone else to scarf them all down. The coffee is thick and strong and slides down your throat slower than you expected. It's an odd sensation, but strangely not bad. The cake is an equally odd experience. You decide on coffee cake, but the flavor seems to be different with every bite you take, and it makes it hard to get used to eating. That's weird. There's also strange hard bits through it that pop and sizzle like pop rocks. but tastes like cinnamon. You're so hungry right now, though. You just deal with the weird food and focus on just getting it all in your stomach as quickly as possible. As you're focusing on your food, you don't notice the older looking gentleman sitting down at the table in front of you. Oh! I didn't notice you. Can I help you? The strange man adjusted his burning red blazer and cleared his throat. His movements were so odd and stiff, as if he were made of cardboard. You're new in town, lost and wondering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talked surprised you. His voice was so smooth, as if he'd given the same speech a million times. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mason Tallow, #1 realtor in the Uncanny Valley. I can help you find your dream home today. He quickly snatched a business card from his vest pocket. Okay. Let's see, I have an apartment lined up, so I don't think I'll be buying a whole house. That's quite alright. I'm sure you'll give me a call. You quickly finish up your food and beverage, making sure to leave a nice tip on the table before heading out to the apartment. Oh. Okay, we're gonna persist. And we're gonna look for a hotel. We're gonna leave. See if we get something different. Nope, still the same one doe-eyed. Okay, I went back and now we're going to change our mind after we've called him. Let's see what happens. Actually, I think I may just go look for a hotel. I'm really sorry to make you come all the way out here. I'm just not interested in buying a whole house yet. He stared at you for several uncomfortable moments. The sickly grin seemed to be full of malice, more full of malice than it previously did. Finally, he brought his hands from behind his back, straightening up his coat even more and adjusting his little house-shaped lapel pin. I will be waiting for your call, my dear buyer. And with that, he turned and walked away briskly. It felt relieving to see him finally leave. Now you can finally get back to figuring out what you should do. You finally arrive in the heart of the city. The sound of the city ringing in your ears. The sounds of the city ringing in your ears and enveloping you. You're thankful the Uncanny Valley isn't a huge city and has a warm, quaint feeling to it. You begin to search the many buildings for signs for a hotel. Finally, you find one, sticking out like a beautiful white beacon. You rush in and quickly ring the little bell for service and check-in. You finally find your room, tears filling your eyes seeing the big, soft bed nestled in the center of the room. You quickly shed your shoes and jump on top of it with your entire body, letting yourself slowly sink into the plush mattress. I'm so tired. I can't wait to sleep in my own house, but right now, this is the best feeling I have ever felt. You slowly let yourself drift off, your body feeling as if it's been enveloped by a warm marshmallow. You think about where your life is going and smile to yourself, knowing that you made it. You have an apartment waiting. You moved all by yourself, and the gas station approved your application. You lived, checked in, all right. So that's 3 endings. All right. I think it says there's 4, so we gotta get one more. So I will be back when there is another change. Okay, So this time we were persistent and we called him and we just went directly into the house with him. So you stumbled ahead, the room spinning around you. You grab onto the couch to steady yourself to see the walls melting around you. Uh, what? What the hell? Oh, what's the matter, dear buyer? Are my guts alarming? Please don't fret. I promise it'll be quick enough. My enzymes will be sure to knock you out before the digestion process becomes too unbearable. What? What are you? Oh. You try to steady yourself, but Mason grabs you roughly by the throat and throws you down, pressing you hard against the floor. You try in vain to keep yourself propped up, your eyes growing heavier and your nostrils filling up with the sickly sweet smell engulfing the room. Just relax, dear Briar. You're gonna make my values skyrocket. He was pressing his body against you hard, making sure your face was against the floor. It was warm and kind of soft. You started letting your eyes slowly close as tiredness and sticky smell and sickly smell lulled you to sleep. Maybe this wasn't so bad, you thought. You were so tired and you just didn't want to fight anymore. You would feel a stinging sensation against your exposed skin, burning you slowly, but you didn't have the energy to fight Mason or the house anymore. Or maybe you should say, Mason, the house? You finally let your eyelids drop, breathing in slowly and deep for the last time, as the house slowly digested you. You died. Housewarming. Okay, I believe that was all 4 endings. Let's go see about the gallery. Yes, it was. There's... Let's see. Oh. Hey. All right, I think that's it that you can get unless they update the game. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I really like this Uncanny Valley series. I really enjoy the fact they've made it into a series, and I really look forward to the next one. But thank you for watching me play House Hunted. I hope you have a good morning, good evening, or good night, whatever time you're watching me play this. And I will talk to all of y'all later.